What's up, everybody? It's your Chef Chris Tzorin and Jay.
Live and direct. We're here on set at the Delahunt Brewery in San Clemente. Thank you for having us here. Definitely check their beers out. I'm drinking a Salvatore Italian Pilsner. You definitely got to check it out.
And I'm just chilling right here with my boy, two Chiles.
Yep, I came through. I was rolling in the OC today. So Chris hit me up. I thought I'd drop into the brewery, give it a little taste factor, maybe say a couple things. Thanks for having me, boys.
No, thank you for being here, brother. Alrighty, so we're here at Let's Chop It Up. So today we're just chopping it up at Delahunt, this really cool brewery here in San Clemente. I really enjoyed the drive up here, bro, getting off the freeway, just chilling with you guys, the talk in the car that we had, talking about Chiles, talking about, just the weekend, what we went through. What did we go through this weekend, brother?
First of all, it's nice to have a day off on a Monday, but we're here filming, so I love that. But yeah, definitely, we had a great weekend at the Surfscape event, and it was definitely a great event. Definitely interesting to meet the different people that we met, and you know, that's the thing. Like when you're in business, different opportunities open up. Like as far as different relationships and different ideas that come out of it. So yeah. we were just chopping it up. I was doing my live video, and I interviewed some guys, and they were like, they were part of the Clip Scribe Media crew, and then we were doing the video. I put them on the video, and I was like, yo, talk to my business partner Chris right away, and they hooked up with you. And how did that conversation go?
Well, check it. I'm there in the, how can I say this? I was there in the shits, first of all, right there.
Right, yeah.
I'm in the shits. These guys with camera, the whole camera crew comes up to the truck. Hey, can we film you? I'm like, do whatever you want. Hop on the truck. I got a line of people. We have this huge burrito that we're doing. It's
amazing.
The machaca, the OMG burrito. That's what we call it.
Get down.
Right? So I'm there. These guys are filming. They're really cool guys. I said, look it, let's chop it up after the food truck event. So me and Chef Jay, we park our trucks side by side, which I somewhat little scratched on the side.
Yeah.
Right?
Messy burger.
Messy
burgers.
Do not get this guy. He might have got his license somewhere. I don't know where he got it, but he did his thing, no doubt. He did his thing.
All right.
It was tight. It was right there. Good job. Good job.
So we're there. We did this really cool. How can I say this? A really cool intro with these guys that we're filming. We talked about the podcast, but that's a whole other thing. But it's all about bringing people together. That's what I want to talk about today's podcast. This industry, it's much easier to grow together and work together. Because let's face it, all the chefs in this industry, even I was guilty of it one time, being very arrogant, being, it's all about me. I want to win all the awards, me. And I don't want nobody in my circle, just me and my team behind me. But as I grew and got more mature in this industry, I thought it was cool to network with people and bring them in. How about, me and you are chopping it up right here, Chef Jay.
Yeah.
And now, we got right here, my
Better
boy,
together.
two Chiles right here. And then, dog, introduce yourself. How did we chop it up? Like, how did we start this whole thing?
All right, this was a few years back in HB. Chef had his restaurant, Taste Collective. It was a spot going down off of like Magnolia
and Adams.
And Adams, there it
Yeah.
is, main spot.
Beautiful.
A lot of restaurants over there. So how he grabbed that spot, we're not sure about, but we're checking into. So I was in there getting that breakfast. Man, what are them things I'd be loving? That.
Breakfast
Chilaquiles.
burrito.
Yeah,
No, it wasn't
burrito,
chilaquiles. It was fire. So I'm eating in the corner. I broke out my sauce. I was flavoring it up. And I hear this guy, Chef, over here firing about how he makes this, does this. They're pitching. He's talking to his business partner. He got a nice lady in there. They're sampling food.
Yeah.
And man, you be quiet in this business, especially in the OC. You get walked over, looked over, checked on the side of the road real quick.
That's right.
So you got to speak up around here. Doesn't mean you got to be rude, but you got to let people know who you are, where we're at, and where we are. So walked up to him, kind of politely interjected in the conversation.
Yeah.
Dropped some flavors, said, if you got a minute afterwards, I'll hang out. The food's bomb. Love to talk to you about maybe working together, just getting together. Didn't really have an idea at that point. I just knew he was a chef. I knew the food was good, and I had a sauce. So we stepped.
Yeah, so I'm there in this business meeting, right? And I'm talking about, look at, the food truck does really much more better than the restaurant, right? and we're talking about expanding on brands, right? So Taste Collective is our brand, and we're like, okay, we got to get into a hot sauce. Because when people are at their homes, say they take this hot sauce, they're at home, they'll remember Taste Collective.
No doubt.
Right? In their refrigerator or
Right.
whatever. Culinary Adventures taught me that when they used to run Taco Bell. If they had the Taco Bell cup, they take this cup home or they're in their car, they'll remember Taco Bell. So I'm there thinking about, I need a hot sauce, something cool. What's swag right now? What's something cool? We're on a food truck, so I'm like thinking, I'm talking about hot sauces out.
What's
We need
no
a
other
hot
chef
sauce.
doing on too? Everybody got a T-shirt and a hat.
Yeah.
A little wood board. Nobody got no hot sauce with your name on
I
it.
love that.
Yo,
Okay, so
when
I'm-
you say that, like for me,
Yeah.
like creating a hot sauce, that's something I want to take home. I want to take that home. I want to use it, and every time I'm using it, I'm gonna be thinking about the business Taste Collective. So that's an
Thank you.
amazing idea, and that's amazing that that's what you're doing.
Well,
to
back-
bringing that to the community.
I'm no chef here, but I grew up more being like hungry or full. Not, did this taste good? Did this come from here? Did it have
Yeah.
culture? It was, did you get enough to eat? So as I jumped into the chili game and started meeting these chefs, I realized that actually chili makes a connection. It releases an endorphin. There's a feeling behind it. So now you're connecting to your food, and that's just another level, because where you get that first connection, as Chris said, if that's Taste Collective, you're always going to connect and associate taste, flavor, and actually have a legitimate reaction with endorphins. No BS. What are you going to put your name on? A hat don't feel like that. A T-shirt don't make you feel warm.
Wow.
Sauce does.
Let's chop it up. It's true. It's so
Straight
true. I mean, what are your thoughts on that, Jay?
Yo, it's amazing how, first of all, I just really want to reflect on just your business in general. Like that's amazing that what you're doing, how you're helping chefs in the community. How long have you been doing this, and who are you working with right now?
Well, I don't want to take another one away from De La Hunt, but about 4 years ago, I slapped them a label. Their first.
How many years ago?
About 4 years ago.
Okay.
They were
Della
fresh.
Hunt. We're
De
talking
La
about
Hunt.
Della
De La
Hunt
Hunt.
now and labels.
Yep,
the
and
brewery
labels.
we are now, right now.
The brewery we're at. That's amazing.
That's the trip. They were fresh. They hired a beer rep. He actually knew about what I was doing, and he brought it to him. It was early, so maybe their budget wasn't right on doing branding so hard so early. But sitting in the car and hearing my boys talk about, hey, we're going over to De La Hunt, and I was like, wait a minute, that one with the dog on it down in Clemente? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, Pop, I got a label on my computer 4 years ago. We don't need to bring it up, but what a small way of bringing this together, because that's before I met Chris.
Ain't that a trip?
And then now Chris and I got a label on it. De La Hunt's a little slipping, but always time to catch up. Always time.
I
Yo,
love this guy.
I
Two
love that.
Chilies.
I love that story and how everything's connected. Real quick, yo, I gotta shout out the Messy Burger Enterprise.
Let's go.
The
Yes.
Messy Burger, because I started out
Let's go,
in the
Messy
food
Burger.
in my food truck ownership game. I started out on a juice truck. Okay.
Did you hear that?
OC juice truck. That's how I
The
started
juice.
out. And then one day, I was making juices and smoothies for an event, and I decided, let me drop off 2 juices to my friends who owned the Messy Burger truck at the time. Shout out to Jeff and Keisha.
Shout out.
All right. They got Messy Burger truck. They also got Chef to the Bone, and they're in Riverside. But anyways,
In there,
I was
bud.
dropping them off some juices, and then I said to them, I was like, here's some juices, and they were like, do you know anybody who wants to buy the Messy Burger truck? And I was like, well, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
They said, listen, we need $10,000 down, and you can pay off the other $10,000, whatever.
Imagine that.
So listen, guys, what you gotta, when it comes to business, yo, use your resources. I made a couple calls, and we made it happen.
Oh,
Do you-
yeah.
do you
Oh,
wanna
yeah.
count- 'cause
No.
I
I was
got
just
something to
saying.
say after that.
Yeah. That's opportunity. And the biggest thing people sleep on is taking that first jump into opportunity.
Yeah.
Guaranteed there will be difficulties, unknown, foreseen, but that's the whole love of the journey. That's the passion. That's what brings you into the Messy Burger truck years later,
Yeah.
and brings Chef into podcasts, brings car salesman into food products, is opportunity, jump, face the difficulties, hang it out. It's going to lead you. You do that right, it won't matter where you go from there because everything you step into, you do right.
Amen.
No doubt, no
yeah,
doubt.
Facts. Okay, let me drop some facts on this label. Taste Collective label on the bottom. Do you want to read it right there, my brother?
Well,
You want to read it
the
right
hustle
there?
is free, but
No, okay. I'll read it.
Read it up.
Look at
That's
it.
your quote. That's
The
your-
dream is free, but the hustle sold separately. And what that means right there, anybody could dream. You dream about having a food truck. You dream
No
about
doubt.
having a hot sauce. My biggest dream was to actually be out there and connect with other chefs and do entertainment. That's why Food Network was a dream. I lived that dream. It took me so long, so many YouTube videos, so many videos on Instagram to live that dream. A lot of people didn't believe in me. People were like, "Oh, this guy's gonna do on YouTube." Yeah, right. Next, I'm on with Guy Fieri.
Right.
You know what I mean? The next step was me watching this show or the movie Chef, and I'm like, dude, I want to be on a food truck too.
No doubt.
But you know how many sacrifices it took for me to have a food truck? The first one, it took sacrifice, and there was a lot of times I failed, but it actually brought opportunities. So I actually woke up every day and said, God, what's my opportunity today? I know something wrong is going to happen, but what is the outcome that's going to happen? So the dream is free, but the hustle sold separately. So what's the hustle that's going to get me to the next step?
No
You know what I
doubt.
mean?
No
So,
doubt.
we're here today.
well,
Yo,
you
guys.
can't claim a dream until you put the hustle in it.
Dang.
Because again, a
Let's
dream
go.
comes by. I might see something on TV, start dreaming. I'm daydreaming right now about what something's going on.
Yo.
I don't know.
Yo.
It ain't nothing until I do something about it. It ain't even mine, so I claim it. The hustle puts the name on the claim.
Yo, I love how you wrap that up. How like, yeah, it's hard in this business.
Yes.
You know, and there's success and there's failures. Guys, let me just tell you real quick, guys. I started, like I said, on the juice truck, and there was a certain point I was a chef at a restaurant, and I was still doing the juice truck, and I had to make a decision. I was like,
Yeah.
what am I gonna do? Am I gonna really invest all my time in the juice truck? And at the time, let me tell you, I thought people, they wanted to be healthy. I thought I would go to events, pull
Yeah.
up with my juice and smoothie truck, and everybody was gonna want juices and smoothies. I
Yeah.
learned that nobody wants juices and smoothies at events. Okay, everybody
Yeah,
wants
yeah.
burgers. Everyone wants tacos.
A big burrito.
They want a big giant
a
burrito.
hot sauce.
They
You
do
need
not
a turkey
want-
leg to
That's
walk
everything.
around with Disneyland style.
Right. They don't want that. But even as I was failing, opportunity came my way, and I took advantage of that opportunity, and now I'm in a different place in my life than I was a couple years ago.
I like what he said. Okay, so I wake up every morning and say, okay, I have three choices: give up, give in, or give it my all, right? So give it my all. Now, if I think negative every day, I'm gonna have negative results. If I think positive every day, okay, thank God I'm alive, thank God I got something to go to, thank God I got a food truck stop, right? Whether
Yeah.
it's $300 or $3,000, right? What's my opportunity today? When you look for opportunities are gonna breed themselves. There are gonna be opportunities everywhere. You're gonna learn how to grab them. If you wake up and look for opportunities, they're gonna be right there. So I went to this food truck stop. I had a business partner at that time, and he's like, "Hey, dude, you sent me to a stop with 15 guests."
right,
Like,
right.
bro, it was $500. Like, what the hell are you thinking? I'm like, bro, why are you thinking so negative? Think about the positivity. Did you hand out the business cards? Yes, I handed out business cards. Did they like the food? Yes, they liked the food. Okay, what ended up happening? I get a phone call the next day. Hey, I got a party of 150 guests this Friday in the morning. It's going to be a $3,000 gig. Can you guys make it? So here we are. I'm thinking back, boom, opportunities, right? So
Right.
this $500 gig with this little taco party turned into a $3,000 gig.
Right.
So that gig never existed if I would have never showed up to this little party. What I'm talking about is opportunities. If you weren't there at that restaurant, I'm talking to you, two Chiles.
No, 2 Chainz might like it too. Hit me
Right,
up.
2 Chainz.
2 Chainz, 2 Chiles, I love it.
2 Chiles. Look at, check this out. If you weren't there that day, this opportunity would have been happening. This hot sauce, bro, or anything. If Chef Jay, if you would have never hit me up that day and said, let's do this podcast, it would never happen.
Right.
Right? If I would have never hit Jimmy on the ones and twos, the taste logo would have never happened. So that's what I'm saying. Opportunities always there. You just got to go grab them, brother.
Right.
I take the opportunity on Uber Eats. I'll take 20 minutes and grab $9 right now. I'm not shy about anything.
Yeah.
If De La Hunt want me to sweep before we
Yeah.
leave, might catch me one too. I'm here to hustle. Every move, every opportunity.
Hustle.
If you're going, you can see it. It opens up for you. A lot of people can't see it. They're blind to it. It's sitting right in front of them because they never took the step.
Dang.
That's
You gotta
real.
gamble. It's
I mean,
called
look,
risk,
even this weekend, let me just tell you, I was at the Surfscape event, and I was thinking to myself, I mean, I was expecting a little more as far as traffic is concerned. I was even texting Chris. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
I was like, yo, it's just not happening, because he was going to come the next day. But regardless, people saw me on the live feed. I met Clip Scribe Media.
Opportunity.
I met Clip Scribe Media, where they hooked up with us, and they were like, yo, we love your energy. We love what you're doing. We want to partner up with you, and we want to do bigger things. So who knows what's going to come out of it?
Messy
but it's
Burger's
all
getting
about
the sauce.
What's up?
That's what's coming out of it.
Exactly.
Messy
That's
Burger's
another
going to have
thing.
the
The
sauce.
Messy Burger sauce.
That's what comes
Okay,
out of it.
Hold on.
That's
I was
what
gonna
comes
ask
out of
about
it.
this.
Seriously, that's another thing.
Okay, what type of sauce would you do? What can I see in the future with sauces and Messy Burger?
I'm gonna tell you what.
A green or a
we
red?
just started. I might have to work on the sauce, but we just
Yeah.
started a Nashville spice chicken on the menu. Messy Burger doing the Nashville spice chicken. My boy Tim,
Fire.
my brother-in-law Tim, Tennessee Tim's. You heard it here first. All right,
Wow.
he's gonna create the Memphis spice. All right, and right here we might have to make a Nashville hot sauce.
Let's go.
Can we do
Let's
it?
go.
We can. Oh, we do. What opportunity? What can we do? I
Yeah.
don't know. We got some. We're trying over here with Chris with one of
Okay.
his connects and his, because this guy's just media.
So shout out to personal chef Cal over there in Miami that connected me to Kodak Black, the rapper. Yes, with the wings. He does the wing sauce, and actually we did Rolling Loud.
Oh,
And
nice.
back to opportunities. Knowing this chef in Miami, and I actually ended up doing Kodak Black's wings release with the sauces, and now we have the sauce right here, my brothers. And you know what I mean? It's going back-
prelim, but it's an opportunity with some difficulties. We're gonna overcome them.
Yes,
Then
yes.
Kodak's gonna be spitting sauce, sitting on a podcast in front of Messy Burger, Taste Collective
No
hats.
doubt, Kodak
Right,
Black.
yeah, everybody.
Kodak Black represent.
Yeah, so
Thank you,
opportunities-
Donald Trump. Get
Right. for letting them out. Hey, so yeah,
Bail
so,
them out.
so
Yeah,
back
good
to
looking.
opportunities. I did this one show. It didn't even air. It was called Taste Cook My Rider. So me and personal chef Cal, we actually competed on the show, and you know we did it. We went up to the final round, and Cal put me on game. Actually said, "Hey Chris, where are you working at right now?" I said, "Look, I'm running a restaurant over in Laguna Beach. I make my 6 figures. I'm the executive chef. You know, I have a whole team behind me. I'm doing my thing, this and that." He's like, "Hey, have you ever thought about going into personal chefing?" I said, "Fool, you crazy? I'm cool. I'm set. I have my own parking spot. It says VIP on the floor and everything."
Right.
He's like, "But one day you're gonna get fired, bro, or one day your fire's gonna not be lit." He's like, "I'm not saying it's gonna happen this year, next year, or 5 years from now, but one day you're gonna get tired. But did you actually live? Did you have fun doing what you're doing?"
Right.
And I said, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Just check out my Instagram." I open up his Instagram real quick. I see him on yachts. I see him on luxury homes. I see him doing all kinds of cool shit. I see him out. He's not stuck in a restaurant, you know. So I'm like, "Bro, let me check this out." So I started doing personal chefing outside of that restaurant in Laguna Beach, doing my thing, right? So we started doing catering. It took off. I did $75,000 in sales within 2 months, and I'm like, "What the
Wow.
hell am I doing?" I see the movie Chef with my
And he
son.
bought 3 cars that same month, just so you know.
Yeah. The
This fool tries
Maybach.
to buy him
Got
whips.
the Maybach
He can't
right
keep
there.
a dollar. Like I bet he's got a savings account because he does have family.
Oh, man.
But I bet that's Jeopardy, and Mama stands in front of it
Oh,
hard,
man. These
hard.
guys are crazy. All right, so I quit my job. I opened up my first restaurant here in Ladera Ranch. I took over a little hot dog place, and the food truck was with it. And I fell in love with the food. I was on the food truck. You would never catch me in the restaurant. I was at breweries, apartment complex. I was everywhere, man. I did
Right.
not know what I was doing. But the first time I drove the food truck, sauces were falling on the fucking ground.
Same
what I mean?
here, same
You know what I mean?
here.
I was fucking showing up. There was manteca all over the floor, carnitas all over the floor. There was chips everywhere. I did not know, but I had the time of my life. Sometimes I would only sell $80, man. I suffered at the beginning. I'm not gonna lie, I suffered.
No doubt.
I went from wearing Ted Baker suits going to work to really like grinding with the dirty ass aprons and shit. So, you know, I suffered, and the dream is free, but the hustle sold separately. But now I'm here. That was back in 2019. 2023, Taste Collective is here. We opened up at least we had 1, 2, 3 different food trucks part of Taste Collective. Now we're branding out. We have the restaurant consulting. We're doing with Bueno and also with Bacchus. We did social. We did a few other ones.
Nice.
We're having fun. That's what we're talking about. Opportunities. Meeting this guy by the name of Personal Chef Cal opened up doors. You know what I mean? And now meeting you,
Yeah.
you know, Jason, Chef Jay, like it's fun. Like I've always wanted a podcast, but I really didn't release it until now. You know what I mean? Until you gave me that opportunity to open up the doors. You know what I mean? So opportunities are amazing. Even though we got our boy right here, 2 Chiles.
I slid in one today, so I'm cool.
Yeah, and let me tell you this, guy, real quick. The idea for the podcast, it came to me by listening to other people who are in the space and looking at the opportunities. So, guys, also while you're in business, stay informed, stay reading, stay on the internet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? One of the big people who got me into business, the idea of business, was, first of all, it was Grant Cardone. I was listening to a podcast, and then he interviewed some guy named Gary Vee. Everybody knows Gary Vaynerchuk. He's one of the top media people. But just staying informed, staying in a business mindset, you start to learn things, and it opens up different opportunities for you. And then the last thing I'll say about that, Chef Chris is doing bottles, he's doing restaurants, he's doing personal chef, and you get to choose when you own your own business what you want to do. For me, hey, I'm happy with the food truck, and I'm good. I'm happy in that level. But if I want to do more, like the podcast, then there's always that opportunity to do more.
You do, you have fun with what you do.
Oh, no, the confidence comes into it because everyone sitting on the panel here, even Della Hunt, anybody that you see with anything that last name isn't Burger King or McDonald's, has put in the time.
Yeah.
They wanted to quit those first couple of years. However, they hit it. However, things shifted. However, they found their blue ocean, which is an area that's just clear water that nobody's into. And because you've been working so hard in this green pond, you found this blue ocean that you can just swim in and just grow. And there's nobody in your lane because you've developed a lane that wasn't there before. It's close to other lanes, but it's a fast track. Fast track's right next to the fast lane, but you ain't going as fast. So so much in staying in that. And those early stories, that's what gives you that badge of honor to show up, to laugh about it, to know when you hear a story like that with somebody next to you that they didn't just get a checkbook, that they put in the time.
Oh, yeah.
So, and then you start becoming that dream that was seeded in you, if it's few years, months, or 10 years back. And I'll tell you that I'm coming into my 8th year here in 3 months, and I have that now. That's how long it took to get that. But I was in OC pushing. I'm one of the hardest places to get an opportunity because so many people know you crack it here, you're set. You work this front yard, you can mow the whole town. So. That's where I'm coming into, and that's what I'm seeing with these guys is we can't lose it. It may not be as big as the dream started, but we can't lose this. This ain't going nowhere. Yeah. This is our base.
It's as good as what you put into it, right?
Yeah, you put in the work, you're going to get the results, and that's what it's about. For us as business owners, we're just putting in the work, putting in the time, because you know what? For me, I have dreams, man. I want my grandkids to have their private school paid off. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to retire at an early age in my life, and spend time with my family. But it takes that hard work right now to do those things. And I'm glad that I was able to partner up with Chef Chris and make this happen. My boy over here, we're going to have to work on some sauces.
Oh, for sure.
The Nashville Spice Sauce, Tennessee Tim's.
Soon.
All right, bro. Yep. Let's do it.
I just want to experience paying my taxes. I got dreams.
You know what I mean?
I want to know what that feels like in Orange County. Like, how do you guys write that check out here?
Yeah, I know.
I've seen that house. I've seen them cars. How do you write that check
he's doing
out
it.
here?
He's going, boy, can we cut
go.
that?
Let's see.
All
it's
right,
all
guys.
part of it.
Let's do it. Hey, so, Any last things? Any what's on the news right now?
Oh no,
Anything
we'll
else?
shoot out down to De La Hunt, seriously.
Oh,
'cause
man.
this place it's a little quiet right now, but it's Monday. We got some people. But if you saw what I saw from outside, inside, just vibing the atmosphere, the weather, just get the ease of getting to this place. This isn't something that's ran. There's a lot of noise outside. This is a little speakeasy, if you will, a little place to kick in and come down and do one off.
I agree, man. I agree. Let's do it. So shout out to De La Hunt. Also, shout out to Messy Burgers. Shout out to Taste Collective. My boy right here, Two Chiles. And that was our segment with the podcast.
Yo, can I shout out the New York Jets real quick? Because
Yes.
Wow.
Aaron, I'm a big fan. My father has been a big fan of the Jets.
Let's
I'm
do
a
it.
Jets fan. So I gotta shout out to the Jets. Number one, Aaron Rodgers. Here we come. Super Bowl. Let's go.
Let's
All
go.
right. And then real quick, I want to clean up. All right. Mike Valtaggio, that's the chef that I talked about last week. He's from Top Chef, Las Vegas. I butchered his name. We were talking about edgy chefs in California.
Yeah.
All right. So the Valtaggio brothers, Mike Valtaggio, that was chef in Top Chef, Las Vegas. I said Top Chef LA, so little cleanup, little editing. Want to make sure I do that. So, but yo, shout out to the Jets, man.
Man.
We're going to do it, Super Bowl.
And
I'm
shout out-
cooking for the Super Bowl.
Right, hey, hopefully you hear this podcast. You know we do personal chefing, so if I happen to have the Jets around, let's chop it up.
Let's do it.
No one's here shy about accepting a follow and shooting a DM saying thank you too. So
Yeah.
because it is, you don't always got to follow, man. Say something, say hello, say what you like, say what you didn't, say where you're at, because that helps us. We don't take offense. If a chef took offense, we'd be making pizzas out of the microwave.
Yeah. All right, check this out. For the next podcast, we're looking to be bringing it to the next brewery. This is the podcast tour. Let's chop it up. At the next one, we'll be putting it down. Drop your comments on the below, what you would like to see on the next podcast. Who would you like to be interviewed by, or who would you like to be on this show, or who would like to join us? Actually, join us for the next one. We're here every Monday at different breweries, right?
No doubt. Different locations. We might be in the studio. We might be coming to your restaurant. You don't know.
You guys are more than welcome to come chop it up with us live in person. Just inbox us. We'll send out the links, and let's chop it up. We are out.
Peace. Guys, live and direct. We are here, the Let's Chop It Up Food Podcast. We at De La Hunt Brewery, and we're about to order some brew for the podcast. Let's go. Who you suggest, Cole?
I suggest the Salvatore today. It's gonna be a classic Italian Pilsner. I think it's just good, light, be everything you need.
Woo-wee. Let's do the Salvatore. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, guys. De La Hunt, Italian, Pilsner, Salvatore. Good. That's a classic Pilsner right there. Delicious. Where we located? We're in San Clemente at De La Hunt Brewery, filming right on set. Thank you guys for having us. Peace.
Cheers.